What's black and blue? And solves all your art problems too. Stick around and find out. Okay, so this video won't include any comparisons between products because as far as I can tell, this product is unique to itself. It's especially going to tick those boxes for those of you who have limited workspace and storage, and those of you who travel and like to take your hobby with you. This video is sponsored by Krydrufi. If you'd like to purchase this all-in-one modular art box, check out their Kickstarter at www.krydrufi.com. Now on to the unboxing and review. Okay, let's take a look at what we get in the box. It's packed really well. The box is very sturdy, so there won't be any damage to your product when you get it. First thing we get is how to clean your art box and how to keep your paints fresh. Most of us know this, but for those of you who aren't sure, this might come in handy. And the first item we see is the paper for your wet palettes and the sponges for the wet palettes. Oh, I forgot to mention too, there is some information on the outside of the box that kind of gives you a rundown of what you're getting, and a little more information on the side of the box, and again the other side of the box. And as you can see, here's all the components put together the way they are when they come out of the box. What you get are 2 cups for, I suppose you could use them for water or your solvents, and then the next section here, everything is clipped together on the sides. This can also be used for water or solvents. And this one here comes with some nifty brush holders. So if you're just wanting to soak your brushes without ruining the ends, or you just need a place to hold your brushes while you're painting, these will come in very handy.
That's what she said!
The next thing that's kind of unique to this is everything is clipped together like it says modularly. And the modular system is great when you're traveling or carrying your gear around with you, because it keeps everything all in one place. If you want to use thicker paints, this tray would be good for that. And then all you do is unclip the next section, and you've got another compartment for storing either small items, or again you can use this for your thicker paints. Then we unclip the next section. This is your wet palette, and this is where the sponge would go with the paper. And then your last section, which is again another wet palette. This is also great for people that don't have a permanent workspace. It will really come in handy. You can just bring your tools and your paint out, paint wherever it is that you're painting, and then it all just goes back together again when you're done your day's painting session, or you've got to move from the place that you do work at because it's a kitchen table or whatever, and then you just pick it up and it's ready to go. So the first item is pretty self-explanatory. It's not rocket science here. Like I said, these are going to be used for cleaning your brushes. You've got brushes and what have you. You know, maybe that's some things that you're taking with you to wherever it is you're traveling, or, you know, some items that you like to use when you're about to paint. These 2 items here are probably going to be, for me anyway, the most useful other than the wet palettes. Let's say you had some brushes you needed to clean, or you didn't have time to clean them, and you just want them to sit in water. There's an option there. The tip won't get ruined, and the brush will stay moist until you can actually take it out and clean it properly. The thing I like the best about this though, and I'll probably be using this the most, is I can have all my brushes here ready to go when I need them, and I'm not fumbling around trying to find them on my tabletop. I just pull it off, do whatever painting I'm gonna do, place it back, take the next brush off, use it, put it back, clean it, and it can sit upright, which is nice, so your bristles again don't get ruined. Down on the inside is this silicone brush cleaner Your brushes won't be harmed by the soft silicone when you're running them along the bottom of the water tray if you are using that to clean them with. So what I'm going to show you next is a neat little feature that I like about this is these components all just snap together like that, and this keeps all your trays aligned and in one place when you're working with them. Now if you don't want this orientation like this, it's just a matter of pulling these pieces apart, and they're made of really sturdy plastic. I don't think you'll have any breaks. I haven't experienced anything like that yet. Pretty smoothly like that. So then you've got two wet palettes if you just want to work with wet palettes together. Wet palettes and your paint palettes come with these tops. Just snap them together and that seals your palette off and keeps the air out so that your paints don't go dry. Another kind of cool feature I like about these are that palette here will hold the papers with these clips. So all you do is just pull out a sheet of paper, trash the old one, lay in your new piece, and you're ready to go again. That's one of the really cool features I like about this whole thing. Your paper can also come with you wherever you're traveling or wherever you go. You don't have to keep it in a separate package. When you are using a wet palette, you're going to get this nice and moist on the sponge, and then you lay your paper in, and then to get the air bubbles out, I find it's easy to take just a piece of plexicard like this, plasticard, and you just run it along the top both ways, and that'll push all your air bubbles out. I'm just going to remove this piece of paper that I've already prepared. And down below the sponge here, and you can see it's pretty wet. Underneath, this piece of copper sheet here, which you can buy at any craft store or what have you, this helps prevent mold from building in your paint palette when you're leaving it for a while. And they say that you can have up to 60 days freshness on your paint. So that is a great trick to know, because I've had some pretty funky smelling paint palettes in my time, and you definitely don't want black mold or anything growing inside. Now for me, the only real negative thing about this whole setup is I'm not really keen on these little tabs in here. I would prefer to be able to just put my blob of paint in there and not have this thing hindering my brush movement inside here. I probably wouldn't have designed it that way. Just a pet peeve of mine that I don't really care for this particular part of the kit. For everything you get with this box, I don't think that's anything that would really stop me from purchasing this. You know, if I really wanted to, I could probably just snap these out of here, and then it wouldn't be a problem at all anymore. Now these wet palettes can also be used for storage if you wanted to just take some items with you on the road, like a hobby knife or some brushes, or a pair of tweezers, whatever you need. There's that as well. And if you dig the content I'm providing, please consider doing what's on the screen now. This lets YouTube know that you're enjoying my content, and they'll share it with others just like you. Catch you on the flip side.